What's up, guys? It's Gothic, aka Sam, and today we are continuing on our Asagao Academy Normal Boots Club journey, the Jared route. Hana, why don't you try going to school today? I'm sure things will get better if you just try. No. Hana. I shot a glare at my father from across my messy bedroom. Don't you have work to do? He shut the door, disappointment etched across his face. I listened to his footsteps descending the stairs, heart heavy. I hated myself like this. I hated the world like this. Today marked the start of the 7th week I skipped school. I turned over in my bed, still in my PJs, and rubbed the sketch pad in front of me. It wasn't like there was any point in trying. If I came back, they would laugh. They would jeer. Maybe they'd drag me off again and it would start all over. Nobody who claimed to be my friend back then really was. None of them could be trusted, so what was the point? I pulled my blanket firmly up over my shoulders. No point. Just thinking back to that year filled me with self-loathing. Anger, guilt, frustration. I wanted to go back and strangle myself. What are you doing? Can't you see how hard your father is working? Can't you see? But what was the use? That Hana was gone, wasn't she? I guess I was afraid of her coming back. And Jared was a reminder that that version of myself was never far away. But back then, what I wanted more than anything was a friend. Not someone to tell me how wrong I was. Deep down I knew how wrong I was, how stupid I was being. But at the same time, I felt I couldn't help it. I was hurt, and I needed help to overcome it. Help that I got. From Asagao, from the Normal Boots Club, from my friends. Jared didn't seem to believe the Normal Boots Club truly liked him. But despite that, he seemed to still trust me. He told me exactly how Paul's behavior made him feel. To some extent, he trusted me. That meant that there was still hope, and that, if Jared needed help, I was the best person for the job. Maybe he was behaving like a baby, and maybe some people would think that that was reason enough to discard him. He certainly was making my life harder. Oops. That was the honest truth. But when I thought about the Jared that I liked, I knew he was worth it. I nodded to myself. Perhaps I overreacted. Yes, he was being frustratingly pessimistic, but I got angry at him for my own reasons. I felt bad. So I knew what I needed to do. I would apologize. I didn't see Jared in the hallways before class, but I kept my spirits up. I figured I would see Jared at lunch and be able to apologize to him there, but when Maya and I got to the table, he was nowhere to be found. We sat, and I scanned the lunch line for him. Was he running late? Hana. Paul cast a guilty look in my direction. Oh. I glanced down at my food. It's only for a little while. I looked at Paul again. I wasn't sure whether he was saying that to comfort me or to cover himself. Go away. I stood. Hana. I'm sorry. I have somewhere I should be. Leaving my food behind, I dashed through the cafeteria. Where could he be? I checked the classroom, the club room, the library to no avail. Running out of time, I dashed to the boys' room. Jared? I made it to his door, wheezing beyond belief. Jared, let me in. I knocked feebly on his door, unsure whether he was even there. Where else could I go? I slumped against his door, utterly exhausted. All I wanted was to apologize. Jared's door opened with a click, and I fell backwards into the room. Ow! Hana? I stood. Hey! Jared, there you are. You came to find me? Why? Is something wrong? No, nothing's wrong. Well, kind of. Can I come in? By all means. He stood back and held the door for me, and I wandered in, dusting off my skirt. The closet door had stood open a crack, and I could see some kind of machine glimmering in the half-light. I peered at it, trying to get a closer look. So... Jared cleared his throat. What brings you here? Well, I know that things between us have been tense over the past few days, and I know you've been going through a lot. I was reflecting on my behavior, and I wanted to apologize. I stopped. Jared's phone was ringing. Jared immediately dug through his pockets. Sorry, I'll shut it off. He glanced at who was calling and froze. I'm sorry, Hana. I need to take this. I clamped my mouth shut, frustration and concern mingling inside me. Jared placed the phone to his ear. Hello? Jared! A fierce female voice shot out of the other end, so loud I could hear it clearly from where I was standing. Hi, Mother. Mother? How dare you sneak alcohol into the school? Who do you think you are? Do you How do you think this is going to play out when the tabloids get a hold of it? Jared glanced at me and moved across the room. I could no longer make out the words of the conversation, only the raw, angry screeching of his mother and the increasingly panicked platitudes he made. I know, it was a stupid mistake. No, I would never. I'm very sorry. Yes, I will take responsibility. His voice rose higher and higher in pitch, just as his mother's increased in volume. It didn't take long before he was holding the phone away from his ear, and I could hear what she was saying again. Despicable, worthless creature! I should have listened to your father when he told me to get rid. Hana, maybe you should step outside. Jared tried to whisper it to me, but his mother immediately stopped talking. Who is that? What? No one. Who are you talking to? Anna? Is this the girl you're hanging around with? I knew it. I knew you would never behave in this manner. A girl is to blame for the situation, isn't she? That doesn't quite surprise me. Anna! Jared's mother was shouting into the receiver, apparently not talking with me. Am I talking to the one responsible for the situation my beloved son is now trapped in? Beloved? Really? Jared shook his head fervently, but I couldn't tell whether he was trying to warn me away or trying to get me to deny that I was responsible. What should I do? I'm gonna take the phone. Yeah, I don't take no crap from anyone. A sudden rush of courage flooded through my veins, and I crossed the room. What are you? I took the phone from his hands. Yes, ma'am. You should take your anger out on me, not him. Jared saved me from a terrible situation. I would have lost my scholarship and been unable to attend the school if it was for him. If you ask me, your son is a hero, not the despicable creature you're making him out to be. Jared watched eyes wide as I awaited my punishment. You wretch! So I'm to assume you're after my boy for his money and connections? Look, little girl, you may have been sly enough to manipulate him, but you'll never make it past me. I will never forgive you for this. I will never approve of you. And if anything like this happens again, I can assure you, your scholarship is the last thing you'll be worrying about. I swallowed, attempting to keep tears from my eyes and the shaking from my voice. Go ahead. If I really deserve it, then go ahead. Better me than Jared. I had no connection to this demon incarnation of a woman, but Jared knew her as his mother. Let me speak to Jared again, now. I handed the phone to Jared, unable to keep my hand from trembling. He took it from me, staring at me in awe, then pulled me into a hug. Hana, thank you. My trembling faded as he held me. Right. This is why I did it. For Jared. Jared gave me strength. Jared! Please go. For now. Don't worry about anything. Jared Knoppenbauer! Go. Jared shooed me away as he held the phone back up to his ear. Yes. At least I can commend you for choosing a woman who faces consequences, but what I said about her remains true regardless. With one last look over my shoulder at Jared, I left the room. I told Mai what happened in a troubling voice, and she nodded grimly. It was just before classes started, so there wasn't much either of us could do. But as the day slipped into night, I worried. I didn't hear back from Jared, not at any point. Was he okay? Did he even go to class? Had his mother always been like that? Those questions circled in my mind as I hovered over my homework, another essay from Ms. Shizuka. Hana, if you don't focus, you'll miss the deadline. What? Huh? I snapped out of my mental fog. Mai was watching me with concern. Right, sorry. I went back to my work, but I felt Mai's gaze on me for a while longer. In the end, Jared never told me what was going on. Not then, and not the next day. I was worried, but I didn't want to bother him. Surely he was dealing with enough on his own. If he wasn't talking to me, he didn't want to be bothered. Right? The next day, I waited for Mai in the theater before class. She had said something very... She said she had something very urgent she wanted to talk to me about, but it could only be done there. I was confused, but if Mai needed my help, I would do it. I accepted her request without asking questions. Now I sat in the front row staring at the stage. It was only about a month ago that Jared first asked me to be his girlfriend. Finally, the door opened at the top of the hall, a beam of light shining through the rest of the room. I turned, finding 3 people silhouetted in the doorway. I know what's happening. I'm so excited. Mai let out a boisterous laugh. Congratulations, my friends. You two have won first-class tickets to the wonderful Sasaki beachfront. What? Mai tossed her hair dramatically, pushing Jared farther into the room. Well, it's clear to me that everybody has been, way too stressed out recently. We've got the Paul, we've got the overbearing mothers, and we've got the tournaments and classes and misunderstandings. It's all way too much. What we need is a vacation. But we have class in a half hour. You mean we had class? Jared glanced from Mai to PPG and back. Grab him, Peeps! PBG grabbed Jared around the waist just as he lunged for the door. No, I need to go to class. Jeez, Jared, we never knew you were such a nerd.
No!
You don't understand. Get a grip on yourself, Jared. We're going and that's it. But I have a scholarship. My dove at me. An iron grip closed around my wrist. Before I even knew it began, the battle was lost. You're coming with us. I gulped. There was no point in struggling. Whatever you say, Mai. It wasn't until we were safely on the train that Jared and I were let go. Mai cackled wildly, and she and PBG shared a high five. Jared assumed a fetal position, muttering to himself under his breath. This'll be fine. This'll be fine. This'll be fine. Don't worry, Jared. This is for your own good. We care about you, so we're doing you a favor. We've got your back. Mai jumped and jumped up and got an arm around PBG's neck, pulling him towards Jared and grinning at him. He looked between them, realization dawning over his face. You do.
Bingo.
Of course. I watched all this happen, a small worry etching itself into my heart. Of course it was nothing. I shouldn't be concerned. But the doubt was there. It was all a matter of whether I acted on it. Oh my god, we're here. Mai stretched her arms out and ran across the beach, kicking up storms of sand in her wake. I looked out across the sand, feeling the heat creep into my Asagao uniform. We were not even here a minute, and I was already sweating up a storm. As Mai became smaller and smaller, the further away she got, I turned and glanced at PBG and my boyfriend. Jared didn't even seem to register we were here. He was holding his face in his hands, staring at the ground in horror. PBG was propping him up with one arm, trying to calm him down. I'm just laughing about what's coming. I know what's coming. PBG glanced at me and shook his head, tight-lipped. I think Jared and I should... we have to change into our swimsuits. You and Mai should do the same. It's hot out here. He smiled nervously, and I looked at Jared, hoping to get some kind of signal from him, but he was non-responsive. It's as if his mind was blue screening. Okay, I'll find Mai and do that. Great, we'll meet back here. PBG put one of Jared's arms around her neck and helped him off to the side of the beach where a number of shabby changing booths stood. I, on the other hand, trudged off in the direction of my elusive best friend. I found her crouched down on the far end of the beach, picking seashells out of the sand. I collapsed next to her, feeling the sweat dripping down my spine. I shuddered. Hey, I'm sorry we just stole you guys away. I hope you know we were just trying to help. I know you are. Jared doesn't seem to be taking it well. PBG assured me that he has it under control, and I trust him. They've been friends for like ages. If anyone should know how to handle Jared, it's PBG. He never judges anyone. That's what's great about him. I nodded, loosening the collar of my shirt. Can we please change into our swimsuits? I think I'm gonna die. Oh, right! Sorry, I forgot you're wearing a blazer. You should go without it more often. I think the regular shirt suits you. Mai tossed me a small canvas bag, which I opened to find my swimsuit, 2 bottles of sunscreen, sunglasses, and some bottles of water. You've been preparing this for a while.
Yeah.
Anything to help my best friend. Come on. She led me around a corner where there are even more changing booths. I slipped into one, pulling the bright orange curtain behind me. My old swimsuit was not a swimsuit I liked. No, it was more accurate to say I never owned a swimsuit I liked. I always was self-conscious about my body and not particularly proud of how I wasn't very well endowed. Swimsuits made me exceptionally paranoid about that, and I didn't like people seeing my stomach either. Overall, I felt as I looked like a boy, and the swimsuit shouted these thoughts to me as I held it up. I was going to die of heat stroke if I didn't put it on. With a sigh, I got changed. I hesitantly poked my head around the curtain, praying to the high heavens that the boys hadn't shown up in the interim. Instead, I found Mai eagerly waiting outside of the front of my booth. Oh my gosh, Hannah! You look so cute! I blushed and stepped out into the sun, wriggling my toes in the warm sand. Thank you. But you... I struggled to find the words for the way Mai looked. Hot, sexy, like a bombshell. Mai had a dream body, and her swimsuit only accented that. You look unbelievable. Mai struck a pose and giggled. I try. She cast a glance down the beach. The boys don't seem to be out yet, but I saw a volleyball court down the way. You want to play a game? Against you? There's no way I'll win. You're actually on the team. Aw, come on, please. I won't seriously destroy you or anything. Just for fun. Okay. As long as you go easy on me. Mai did not go easy on me. She said she did, oh boy, she said she did. But the height of her jumps, the velocity of her serves and spikes, the sheer force behind each and every smack on the ball almost made me feel like there was something wrong. As I dove left and right to try to get the ball, every single hit was matched by mine and sent back to me, and I started to get worried. More worried than I already was. Was Maya really throwing this trip to help me, or was she merely trying to help Jared? The game got more and more difficult, and I got more and more frustrated until I couldn't take it anymore. So, Maya, you're not upset about me and Jared? I hit the ball over the net to her, and for the first time she missed it. What? No, I'm not upset about it. Why on earth would I be? She walked across the court to get the ball as I caught my breath. You liked him for a really long time, and then I came along and took him. You've been really supportive, but we've never really talked about it. I was just wondering. When Mai came back with the ball, her face was flushed. I could tell it was because of the sun, exercise, or the conversation. No, I'm fine with it. I put those feelings away when you first started dating. It was hard, but he's yours now, so I ain't no homewrecker. She tossed the ball back into the air and served it to me. I dashed across the field and caught it in my hands, chuckling softly. Fine, I believe you. But let's do something else. I'm tired of getting my butt handed to me. Aw, I was having fun. I wasn't. Mai clasped her hands together and kicked the sand, suddenly seeming sheepish. Now may be a good time to tell you something, though. She ducked under that and stood next to me, leaning close to my ear. I have a crush on someone else now. She spoke still at normal conversation volume, seemingly having difficulty with the concept of whispering. I immediately took a step back and clapped my hand to my ear before registering what she said. Wait, a crush on who? Mai giggled menacingly. I can't tell you. You can't tell me? Wow, why not? Mai looked away. I have a feeling you'd be a little protective, like a little too protective, so... What? Would not? No, I wouldn't. I mean, obviously you'd have to pass the very high standards I have set for my best friend, but that's just the normal thing. Mai gave me a lopsided smile and shook her head. You don't get it. Don't worry about it. You'll find out eventually. Now she was beaming and I gasped. You think you're gonna date?
Bingo.
I'd say it's heading in that direction. Oh my god, Mai, I can't believe you're not telling me. You'll find out soon enough.
Hey yo.
Oh, hey guys. Mai ran across the beach and sprinted straight into the water where I could see PBD and Jared had some point swim over to our side of the beach. Mai put a hand on Jared's arm, asking him something in a hushed tone. Jared nodded sadly and smiled at her. She patted his arm and started wading out to PBG. Oh my god. The swimsuit. The swimsuit, though. I can't. Hana, don't you want to join us? I can't take him seriously. I can't take Jared seriously in that. I really can't. Okay. Jared stretched an arm out to me and Mai turned around. Yeah, Hana, the water's way better than I thought. I ignored the impulse to cover up the entirety of my body with my tiny hands and stick arms. Instead, I flushed and dipped a toe out into the surface of the water and touched it with a toe. Oh my god, this is better than you thought? Well, it's still early spring. I thought it'd be way worse. No, I'm fine without this. Maybe I'll just stay in the sand. Oh, no, you don't. I can't. It's so bad. Jared lunged for me. I couldn't escape fast enough. He pulled me by the arm and into the water, falling beneath the surface with me. I sprang up immediately, my teeth chattering. Jared, you turd. He doubled over and laughed her, wiping water from his face. You should have seen how you looked. It was priceless. You were so cute. I stamped a foot indignantly. Cute? You're being even cuter right now. Stop flirting with me. Your Playboy act won't work on me. I mean it this time. I mean, I always mean it, but... I shoved him into the water and he screamed like a banshee. He popped up, wide smile on his face. Didn't know you had it in you. You should know better than that by now. Oh yeah? Take this. He grabbed my arm and pulled me under again. The epic war began. I can't stop staring at his swimsuit. Does that make me pervy? Because all I can see is like package. Anyway. Jared, if you ever want to cosplay this, I will support it 100%. I want pictures though. PBG and Mai watched this fight, placing bets. What? Placing bets and generally having a much more relaxing time floating on the waves together, well out of our reach lest we drag them in as well. Jared and I attacked each other, never doing something dangerous, but always trying to one-up the other. As we swirled in the water, as Jared tried hard to chase me down, I was a way faster swimmer. As I jumped onto his shoulders to dunk him into the water, as we watched the fish swim beneath our feet, I felt I was truly happy to be dating Jared. And that's going to be the end of this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, please leave a like, comment down below. And I will see you in the next episode. The next episode of this will be on Thursday, so come check it out. Bye!